Alrighty everyone, welcome back. It is now August 29th of 2025, and given that the With Love Meghan Season 2 backlash is only growing further and further, we already know that those over at Netflix, like Greg Peters, like Ted Sarandos, the many executives and producers, including the board of directors, they are all in a state of panic right now because, as we actually said this multiple times before in the past numerous weeks, we know that there's been a lot of things going on with the show, and it did indeed end up to be a bigger ratings disaster than Season 1 that debuted back in March of this year. This is Mike Zero. Subscribe if you're new and like this video to see future updates. You can also follow me at Mike01. I thank you all so very much for the great and kind support. Now, one thing about Meghan Markle is that we know that the press tour has been abysmal so far. We know that there's been a lot of problems going on with the press tour because of what she's actually promoting, the announcements that she's making, specific news that she's unveiling, and how it's all backfiring on her overall plans to essentially obtain any kind of a role in Hollywood or in the film industry, or even gaining a little bit of trust in the general public, right? We know that there's a lot of things going on right now where people, even Meghan Markle's fans, whatever fans that she has left, are actually leaving in droves. Now, what's interesting here has a lot more to do with the whole Meghan Markle situation when it comes to the press tour and exactly what she had to unveil, and how in many areas it is way worse than the pregnancy video in and of itself in isolation. Let's get into this, shall we? Now, one thing about Meghan Markle right now is that, yes, we do know that she is desperately trying to promote this show as much as possible when it comes to With Love Meghan Season 2, because it is failing and everything is falling like dominoes right now. All their plans are actually falling like dominoes one after the other. However, with the Meghan Markle backlash only growing in numbers, the more times that she decides to attack the public, one major development going on now involves more to do with the press tour for With Love Meghan Season 2, and what Meghan recently said and unveiled that is already considered to be worse than the pregnancy video itself to some people out there. Meghan recently delivered the following. For those that know me best, they know that I am always looking to improve my life and my career. And as for my career, whether it's geared toward film or television, one thing I would like to share with everyone is my future with Netflix and my partnership. Those like Ted Sarandos who have been listening to my proposals. Looking back with my Instagram post that shed light on how you can be your humorous self even when you're pregnant. One thing I would like to address is that I am in the early stages of developing and creating a program that will focus on motherhood and childhood, and a series that will be inspired by my viral video post that will focus on how mothers can live their best lives while being pregnant and how to make others laugh and live their everyday lives. This program proposal that I am working on right now will take aim at educating many American women that need education on pregnant life, and how we can incorporate that with Netflix is something that those over there like Ted Sarandos are listening to right now, coming from me. My proposal with Netflix is to cover my hobbies and my passions in life. And I think looking back at what I posted on Instagram, a video post that really unveiled my true, authentic self, what better way than to create a series that will not only educate pregnant women, but also feature pregnant women as well, and how we can present this in a humorous fashion while also making it very educational. Of course, I'm always going to deal with naysayers and critics that are led to believe that this proposal is not coming from a genuine place, but I think it is because I am all about expanding my passion, expanding my goals in life, and how I can be important to this world by educating others. It's something you have to think to yourself multiple times on how I can apply that in the form of television. So it's something I am constantly running by Netflix right now, and we are trying to work it out to see what we can do in that fashion and in that format. This will be a very special program that will also show a side of me, Meghan Markle, that nobody has seen before. Now guys, before I move on about what she has to say further about this, atrocity that they're trying to really create here, is that basically she's trying to prop herself up as an educator, as a teacher of some kind of, pregnancies out there, American women, or even those around the entire world that, of course, go through pregnant life. That's basically what she's talking about. She wants to be an educator. She wants to be, the almighty know-it-all individual, to use an actual TV show to use that as a form of education. Now look, we know that this isn't going to work out. I think everything's just going to backfire. The biggest question of all is exactly what does she have on Ted Sarandos? Well, I think that we could already state the obvious, but there is something quite possibly else going on there that we're never going to find out as to why Ted Sarandos not only caved to Meghan Markle's demands in the end, out of nowhere, and how he actually ultimately gave her multiple one-off shows, but is now also listening to this proposal and this new program / series in the works that would actually go down as an educational piece and will be deeply inspired by that infamous viral video, the pregnancy video that she posted on Instagram that is so heavily repulsed by the general public. People just do not enjoy that at all. But again, I mean, like I've said before in the past, this is Meghan Markle after all. She really has no sense of self or reality when it comes to how the world sees her and how she should really see herself, and based on what she's saying, based on how she acts, and that's exactly why she just keeps making every opportunity fall like a domino, right? Now, moving onwards, she goes on to conclude, and I think it would only be fitting to showcase exclusive, never before seen footage of me when I was pregnant in this program, if and once we get this thing together for the people and for Netflix customers. It's something that I am very passionate about, that I want to succeed. Looking at With Love Meghan, that was the first step, but now with this proposal, I think it would serve as my new reach in life, that I want to grab onto and succeed with it to change people's lives. Look, I don't think people's lives need to be changed by Meghan Markle. If anything, people's lives can be changed through their parents, through their loved ones, their family members, their friends. That's what really matters. You don't need a so-called celebrity, quote-unquote, to lecture you, to educate you, to tell you what to do, to really just prop themselves up as an educator to make themselves feel good. That's really what it's all about when it comes to Meghan, after all, because we all know that she's a narcissist, right? That's basically who she is. And this is one major piece of proof that Ted Sarandos really has no spine. He just really is now caving, allowing Meghan Markle to do whatever she wants to do at this point, and it really just mind boggles me, because now you got Greg Peters in the corner, really just yelling at Ted Sarandos, why are you doing this, why are you doing this? Well, the biggest reason of all is that Ted has over half the board members on his side, and so ultimately, I mean, they can make any call that they want to make in the long run because they have the majority of those that are in favor of Meghan Markle over there. But again, this is really going to be a very interesting turn of events, because we already know that once trusted critics that loved With Love Meghan Season 1 are already slamming Season 2. That's how bad the second season really is, and a lot of that has to do with the reshoots, by the way, that was done for, I would say, a total of like a month and a half to 2 months maximum. I think that really truly made it even worse, and that's why you have a lot of critics turning their back against this second season, because it's not really a second season. They shot all 16 episodes at once, but the reshoots were indeed newly shot footage that were actually shoehorned into this second part of Season 1. Overall, I would like to hear what everyone has to say about Meghan Markle, the ongoing drama over at Netflix between herself and others out there, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel, and I will catch you guys later.